Go.
Go.
Dear Lord, I just knocked over everything. Don't mind me. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back for episode 46 of Idiots on a Mic. Big movie day today. We've got a lot to talk about in the movie genre. This is probably going to end up being one of my favorite episodes. We were talking, DJ Sweat and I had some good conversation about how movies kind of bring people together and breed discussion and everything like that. But before we get into it, let's you know what we haven't done in a while, bud? We haven't kicked off with our intro video in a minute.
Ooh.
Let's get our intro video rolling, and then we'll jump right into, and today is just gonna be spent talking movies. We'll go through a number of different genres. I have honorable mentions from Megalodon. By the way, I asked her some of her favorite movies in these genres, so we'll throw a few of those out there. Is it? No. Weirdly enough, one of them was not the Meg. But let's get our intro video rolling, and then we'll get this thing kicking.
If I give you a beer and you didn't finish it right on the spot, like
You're kind of slaughter them all because now I know they're plotting against me, them motherfuckers. I'm on to you.
That was the most disgusting moment of Rod's life.
Next question.
There was a follow-up about a finishing move, but I'm not so sure I want to ask that.
Cheers.
Old sexual chocolate over there, man. I'm glad we ran that intro video because it's like some of those little moments you just kind of forget as you're rolling through this, and when those pop back up like that, which I mean, like we talked about in our intro video, it turns out that you're a poser because you're sitting there with empty beer cans that you had kept from the weekend before.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But big movie day today. We've got a number, maybe 7 or 8 different genres that we're going to run through. And I'm sure throughout this episode, we'll have honorable mentions of our own. Like I said, I have the Meg's honorable mentions as well. Megalodon, Menguin the Penguin, a woman of many names. Which, can we just talk about how that stemmed from us playing Among Us for months on end?
Yep.
Probably. And you had to have a dumb nickname in order to play, and sure enough, Megalodon became, or it was Meg at first, and then Rod with his bullshit ass backwards logic in the game. Well, Meg backwards is Gem, and I don't know. That kind of sounds like a killer to me. And then people they just get voted off. Like, it is the most bullshit thing I've ever seen.
Meg backwards is Jim. That don't make any fucking sense. So she's got to be the killer.
Gotta be.
You just hear someone in the back. That makes sense.
I don't really understand what this guy's saying, but he's saying it passionately, so I'm all for it. Oddly enough, the Meg, not one of her favorite movies. But let's kick this thing right off, man. Let's start. Action movie. Favorite action movie. Best action movie.
Oh, I'm going to let you go first on this while I ponder this one for a minute.
So my choice is simply because there is a multitude of layers to it. I think it could be categorized in a number of different categories. I said The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I think with what you get, that dynamic between Joker and Batman and how they're kind of fighting it out, and how the Joker plays each one of those like gang members easily, by the way, until he's top dog and he can just do whatever he wants. And then it's a citywide battle. I mean, how many different scenes are there within that movie where they're just kind of duking it out in one way, shape, or form? Has to be Dark Knight as one of the top.
Dude, I see here's the problem. Like, I don't have like set in stone favorites. You know what I mean? Like, The Jurassic Park movie. What is that? That's not action. Is that action? Kind of.
Yeah, I would consider that action.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then it would
Action,
have to
sci-fi kind of deal.
be. It would have to be the first Jurassic Park. Then I mean,
Ooh.
I just loved it. Growing up, oddly enough, like 8-year-old me just wanted to watch that on rewind on a VHS. It was fantastic.
See, when I first watched them, they terrified me. I didn't want anything to do with the Jurassic Park.
Oh, well,
movies
about it.
At first. Oh yeah, you're talking like you're about it, but I kind of doubt it.
Velociraptor comes in my living room. I'm doubt it.
I just started watching, and it was more so just to have as background noise today. There is an animated series of Jurassic World, and it's not necessarily
or something like that.
Yeah, Cretaceous Camp or something like that. Yeah, it's Jurassic World. It's geared towards kids. I'm pretty sure. However, it's kind of dark. And so like they lose a kid and they see one dude get eaten. And
2 episodes, and it was like that. I was like, huh. All right.
I mean, it was fine to have it on the background, but it is kind of interesting to watch. And like I said, they kind of gear it towards the kids, so it's not overly well done with the graphics and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, but still, like, it's good enough for me to where I'll turn it on. And, like, it's one of those shows that you don't really care if you fall asleep to, but it's kind of cool, like, the premise. So you're like,
that's exactly.
Right, yeah, put me in good mindset as I'm going to sleep.
And you just have to think, though, how did Jurassic Park have a franchise? Because after they fucked the island up or the park up one time, it would just be like, all right, get them all on an island, nuke that island, and let's forget that this whole thing ever happened kind of deal. I just don't see them.
How do you think the U.S. would handle it? Like, how do you think the U.S.
Exactly how I said that.
You think they would nuke it? You don't think like there would be this divide of you have to save the species, and kind of like how in the second one that forget his name.
The one where they're transporting them.
Yeah, the one where they're like they end up getting loose all over the city.
Did you forget Jeff Goldblum's name? Was that who you're in?
No, the other one. The guy who plays the main actor in Guardians.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah. The second
Jurassic World.
Yeah, the second one like that when they're transferred over, and the whole thing's like a battle between like, is it right that we should just let them die, or do we need to save them?
That's tough. I mean, you get into a conversation of they're man-made though, right? Like,
yeah, they're clones essentially.
By the way, let's talk about this. I know this is more of a TV show than a movie. I know you haven't had the time to watch Invincible yet on Amazon Prime. However, that's one thing that they bring up. So there's these twins that are like criminals.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not exactly twins. One's actually a copy of the other one. He's a clone of the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But what he does is he copies his exact conscience into the clone. So that way neither of them knows which one is actually the clone or the real copy. Because if they did know, there's basically a phenomenon that the clone would in turn try to take over his life. Isn't that wild?
Huh.
You have to watch this show. I'm telling, you will have to watch it. And that's a small part of the entire storyline. Like, there's so many different storylines.
Is it animated or is it?
It's animated, yeah.
Is it Invincible? Mm-hmm. All right, I'll check it out. My schedule's more set
relaxed now. Yeah. But I don't know why that just kind of popped in. So, I mean, you have to have that discussion though when you're talking about the Jurassic Worlds, and they're working on the next one, right? Is that coming out this year?
I think it comes out at the end of June. I'm really excited. Like, I don't watch the Jurassic movies for like, perfect storytelling. No, I want to see some fucking dinos, some people. All right.
I also have to tell you this: there is a game that is like Pokemon Go, but it's dinosaurs.
Yeah, I saw that.
Jurassic World Alive. I started playing it. So far, it has my attention. I think it's not as in depth, so it probably will lose that rather quickly. But I don't know. I figured you'd be all over that. I expected you to just be.
My thought with that is because I played Pokemon Go, and the amount of problems I had with Pokemon Go, despite how much funding there probably is for it, versus a game like that probably has a hundredth of the budget. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know about that. So, if you're still playing it in a couple of weeks, I'll probably get it.
Yeah. You went back to dinos, huh? You back in the dino business?
Oh, absolutely. I love me some dinos. Let me tell you, we got a female Rex level 223.
Oh.
Yeah, so we can start breeding them.
I don't like the way you say breeding them. Very, very aggressive. Okay. Next genre here, comedy movie. Favorite comedy movie.
See, this is the same as my buddy.
Yeah, they can very much go hand in hand. I see. I could have put my favorite comedy movie in my buddy movie.
Yeah.
Or I could have done it vice versa. But
I'm gonna let you go again on this one because I don't want to use up my buddy one, but I might just use it.
So for me. And I apologize while I'm trying to kind of slide through this. We're working with Bryce. So part of the reason we did today's episode themed around movies and everything is Bryce is getting his production company off the ground, and he utilizes Vimeo. And he's been putting videos up, and he did a recreation of one of the scenes of Wolf of Wall Street. And hopefully, as long as we can kind of figure out the technical side of it, I guess Vimeo is being kind of weird. We're hoping to be able to play that video for you guys. If not, maybe we can snag one of his other videos and just kind of play those through just to see, like, it's very cool to see where his production value is at right now, the production quality is at right now. And this thing's a startup, and it was very incredible to watch. And like I said, hopefully we'll be able to make that work. Unfortunately, as of right now, we're having issues with it, but we'll see what we can do. Anyways, your buddy or your comedy movie. You want me to go first?
Yeah. Go ahead. What you got?
My comedy movie is Tommy Boy with Chris Farley and David Spade. It's a classic. I was kind of torn. Like, I wanted to pick a classic, like Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore was kind of in there. Just that it's timeless. No matter what like era you're in, you can go back and watch those, I think, and still get a good kick out of them. And like for me, Tommy Boy, like, and again, it could be a buddy movie. It really could be just as easily as my comedy movie. But the dynamic between Chris Farley and David Spade, and even just their stature alone, is like you got this big, like heavy set guy, and you got this small, scrawny David Spade, and them playing across from each other like that, and just the Richard when he's in his underwear and he's knocking on the door. Housekeeping. I fluff your pillow. No, come back later. Housekeeping, mint for pillow. Come back later. Housekeeping, me jerk you off.
You're gonna hate me, but I've actually
never seen it. Wow. You're actually a scumbag. That's what you are. That is what you are.
As far as comedy goes, I'm with movies in general. I have a real recency bias, so I just. There's TV shows that I'll turn on, just in the background. There's not really a whole lot of movies and stuff, but thinking about pretty much anything with Kevin Hart in it just makes me laugh. We watched that movie Get Hard with him and Will Ferrell, and that had me dying.
See, I haven't watched that one yet. We've talked about this. I'm hit or miss with Will Ferrell movies because some Will Ferrell movies are just so over the top with him, like
just yelling into the mic.
Yeah. to where it's like I don't really. Yeah, I haven't
Right.
seen that one yet. I've heard good things about it though. But even like, even the Jumanji movies, even the like him in the Jumanji movies,
Mhm.
I think is fantastic, and those should be mentioned as well, simply because the way they made these characters. You have Kevin Hart, but he's actually portrayed by that like football player in high school. So
Mhm.
they're taking the personality of someone, yet still having the physique of someone else. They're playing a character within a character kind of deal, and I love when they do stuff like that. That cracks me up.
Absolutely, dude. Anything with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart usually. All right, a lot of people don't think he's funny, but I'm a sucker for Adam Sandler movies. Like even his older stuff or his newer stuff now. Even his newer stuff, I'll watch and I'll just kind of chuckle my ass off. Like this is so dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hit or miss. He's had some good, fairly recent ones. I know. I mean, this is still probably 10 years ago or so, but like Longest Yard, I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
What's Just Go With It's funny. Grown Ups, always a hit. That's kind of an ensemble movie. That's our friend group right there. Is the Grown Ups movies, or ideally that's our friend group in the years to come.
Another one too. He's not in it, but the guy who plays Hawkeye is that movie Tag.
Jeremy Renner, yeah.
That's got some good laughs. Have you seen it?
I have. It took me a long time to watch it, and I got to be honest. I really enjoyed. Like it took me so long, but I actually enjoyed it.
Seems dumb.
Doesn't it?
Like,
I mean, it's a true story.
Yeah.
It's a true story, but obviously they play it to the extreme, like they always do. You know, it's based on a true story situation, and then it gets carried way over the top. Waterboy, I had Waterboy in as a ticker or a tag from when we had Hondo on. What are we doing here?
Snipes. Take a snipe shot.
What's going on?
The cat was playing with a box that had glass in it, so I had to take her out.
I took my Nerf gun out the other day and shot Megan like point blank, and she's like it left a mark. Like
those things can hit.
there was a time where they really like dulled them down, and now I mean, I might need a license for this thing, honestly. They're classified weapons now.
You came over to the house, just threw some guns in there. I'm tucked behind down the hallway, tucked behind. Here comes
Griff smacked his ding dong on the step. Yeah.
It's essentially Paul Blart trying to get behind the pillar when he goes to slide, and he just stops.
Yeah. Oh, that was hilarious. I mean, that was a lot of fun. We need to. Okay, get out of here. We're not doing that. We need to do that again. I told Megan, I was like, I can't wait for us to get into a house, because there's just going to be like, all right, you put the dogs out in the backyard and just have a full blown Nerf gun war for like 10 solid minutes. And I'm here for it. I don't plan on ever growing up anytime soon. Not a chance.
What was it? You and I, we were walking out of somewhere, and you were just looking, and you're like, all right, people should not give us money. Like we should not have the money.
We were coming out of the Flying J, or we came out of Kroger, and we just bought all these snacks that like a 6-year-old would buy, and
like Fruity Pebble, fucking Rice Krispies, ice cream.
Yeah, and it was just I just kind of like looked over, and I was like, I should not make money. It was a horrible decision on somebody's part. But yeah, to Mama, that's right. To Mama Steele's credit, yeah, we used to have like massive Nerf gun wars with Hondo. Hondo would come over. Now Hondo was someone who would watch the videos and see how to put an extra spring in there. So if you think the ones that we used kind of hurt, the ones that were at Hondo's house were like they'll take an eye out, kind of dangerous.
Wear
Dangerous.
a face shield, fucking Kevlar.
We're like going out with like through and throughs, like just arm in a sling and everything, walking upstairs. I got shot in the eye, point blank one. So we used to like cut the lights off downstairs at his place and just kind of like shimmy around. And there was just enough light to where you can kind of see vaguely and you can hear everybody and everything. And sure enough, I came around a corner and got shot point blank right in the eye. And I couldn't even open it for like a solid 5 minutes. It hurt so bad.
Weird about eyes. Nope.
Yeah.
I know. Oh.
Back to our comedies. Our honorable mention from Megalodon. Baby Mama for the comedy movie. I've only watched it once. She swears by it. And she can quote the whole thing.
I've never heard of that one, but I've heard of Mama, which I think you, me, and Felicia all watched. And it was it was the most like cringe-worthy thing I've seen since that one with Keanu Reeves where the chick with the daddy issues. Yeah.
Chick with the daddy issues. That's what they should have named that movie. The Chicks with Daddy Issues.
So it's pretty long title.
American Pie. That's a fantastic. That is a very good one. And it like this is. I think this is where movies really started to turn in our generation, like the Superbads.
Yeah.
What was that one party movie? Project X.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, that's not really, but like the raunchier comedies is what I was going for. But
scary movies.
The Scary Movie franchise. Those were a little, and especially American Pie.
Oh yeah,
Sex Drive. That's another one. Rod and I talked about this. You haven't seen Sex Drive? Hilarious movie. Definitely one to watch for sure. Like I said, he gets caught sleeping with this girl, and he tears out the window, and he's booking it. Well, he's running through a cornfield, and he's buck naked, and he's just getting whacked with corn stalks the whole way through. It sounds like a nightmare. I don't know. All right. Next movie genre that I picked for us, buddy movies.
I'll go first here.
Yeah.
And it's just because it combines just a hilarious concept with one of like the one guy who can make me laugh in just about any situation. Oh, no, it's not you. And he was gone for so long. Why did he come back?
Perry makes the return. Yeah. Perry used to just litter our comments section on a daily basis. Rush Hour, that's a good buddy movie. That was up there for me. I have quite a few honorable mentions for this one. But what do we got? Who's your guy? That's what I said. Yeah.
Let's be
That's exactly what I said.
And it just makes me laugh so much.
He's getting the one kid. He's dominating those kids in football. He's like, "What do you even do all day?" And then like the next day when he's got the cop car all decked out, he peels up to go pick up his. Hey, which one of you little turds asked me what I do for a living? I love that movie so much. What is he takes like meth or something?
Oh yeah.
I think I would suck dick for this high. See, the thing is, I think I'd be good at it too. That was the exact one.
They just removed him and Coach from New Girl and then just put them in a buddy cop movie. Same personalities, just dropped them right in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Very glad. Just when you think it's gone, it returns.
With a vengeance.
Yeah. Like Rush Hour, I said the Shanghai movies. I don't know if you've ever seen Shanghai Nights or Shanghai Noon. It's Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson. Wow. I
need to watch that. I might have seen it way back, like when, but I just need to I need to watch that again.
Wedding Crashers.
Classic.
Mhm.
Vince Vaughn's not really in a lot of shit, is he?
No, not
No.
really. You'd be surprised. Like
Yeah.
I know there's movies that he's been in that I didn't recognize that he was in. He was in all of season 2 of True Detective as well.
He's in Hacksaw Ridge.
Is he really?
He's the drill sergeant. It's fucking funny.
Make me a bike, clown. Yeah, a wedding crash. Didn't you say that to me the other day?
You're like anything. You're the boss. Make me a bike, clown.
That is a fantastic movie. I like Vince Vaughn. I mean, you can go clear back to Dodgeball. You almost forget about that movie anymore.
Oh my god! Yeah.
It took the nation by storm. Like, it truly did kind of take the nation by storm because it was a raunchier movie.
Yep.
And again, that was right around that turn of making those raunchier movies like that. And
I think that's when Hollywood
huge.
found out raunchy is fucking funny.
Sells, yeah.
Yep. And back to my idea of what we should do with our prison population because people are savages.
No, listen, stop it.
Same. We're on that path. I'm just trying to go from here to here. We're going straight up.
Oh my god. The opinions of Rod do not reflect the opinions of the show as a whole. I have to tell the public that, okay?
Legally, our lawyer says.
Yeah. Our manager's been telling us some things.
Manager ain't been telling us shit about
that. Honorable mention by Megalodon. A fantastic pick. Step Brothers.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
Good one. Yep. I agree
That
with
is.
that.
I love the scene. Mike and I used to do this to each other all the time. The scene where the younger brother climbs up into the treehouse and they're becoming friends and stuff. So he decks him in the face and he ends up falling. He said, "You look like you want to punch me in the face right now. Go ahead, do it." And he just gets bopped in the face and he falls. "Oh, my shoulder. Hey, Derek, you know it's good for shoulder pain? If you lick my butthole." I feel like some way, shape, or form, all of our movies are somehow comedy movies. Like, there are at their root, they may be action or whatever, but let's call it what it is. They're all comedy movies.
What's our next one? What do we got?
Are you ready? Horror movie. The one that I picked, I think could be maybe categorized as a thriller, but I said Us.
That's yeah. I think it's more of a thriller, but I mean, we can combine the two. The line's thin. You know what I mean?
I think so too. Sixth Sense is a good one. So we're doing a mystery category as well, and the Sixth Sense to me would have fallen into the mystery category, and Us probably could have too, to where there's like a twist ending or whatever the case may be. But I thought Us, it just had this like really dark, creepy. I mean, nobody really popped out at you or anything, but they're basically like running from themselves, like carbon copies of themselves that are in this underground like camp. I don't even know what you would really call it. You've seen Us, right?
Oh my goodness. I was just thinking of what's that show with the stalker guy on Netflix? Is it You?
Yeah.
Okay, I got those mixed up. I'm thinking,
No.
what the fuck are you talking about?
Us. No. Well, we all know Joe is a vigilante in Us, so
Right, he's just trying to
I would never
protect
call
her.
that a horror. That's actually more of like a superhero story. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, go on. I'm listening. I've never seen it though.
So it starts off, they're going on this family vacation, and all of a sudden they're being like, there's like knocks on the door. There's people just like standing at the end of their driveway, and as they get closer and closer, it's them. Like it's exact copies of them. And the whole storyline is there's copies of every person essentially, but they're like in this deep underground whatever for whatever reason. And they like this family just happens to have escaped, and there's a whole storyline built around it. And I don't want to give away the ending because I really enjoyed the ending and what it was, and that's why it could be considered a mystery. It'd be one to watch around Halloween time. Give it a check. And we've got a lot of good suggestions flying in. By the way, Hostel, disgusting.
Where he blowtorches that chick's eye out, and it's just dangling.
It's very much a Saw-esque kind of deal.
Absolutely.
Saw. I mean, the Saw franchise as a whole, which there's Spiral. What is it? Spiral, I think it is.
Yeah, from the Book of Saw.
From the Book of Saw, supposed to be coming out, which is like Saw's predecessor is filling the gaps.
One I really liked was the ones that have to do with that follow, like what is it? The one with the doll for I think it's the Annabelle doll.
Oh,
yeah,
Annabelle.
I really like those movies. I thought those were pretty good. Chucky was also good. Scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Jeepers Creepers terrified me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
terrified me.
Creepers. That's some good shit right there.
Hostel, that's another one.
Yep.
You could arguably consider that a comedy with just how like yucked up that movie is, and
It.
Yeah.
Oh, have you seen the new one?
The newest one.
Oh.
Well, I haven't seen It Part 2 or whatever.
Oh, I haven't seen Part 2 either yet.
But isn't it like super over the top, like Quentin Tarantino kind of?
Yeah, it's still very cringy, very spook, like.
The Omen, another good one. Friday the 13th, always a good one.
Call back The Grudge.
Ooh, I never watched that one. See, I'm not actually really a scary movie guy. We know this. I'm not really a scary. So the honorable mention, and the storyline wasn't fantastic, but this movie was very creepy. Honorable mention from Megalodon. House of Wax.
Yeah, very creepy. Yeah,
it's like I don't know if I ever want to be in a wax museum ever anymore, simply because of the way that movie plays out. And I'm just like, yeah. I mean, you could say Human Centipede.
The Hills Have Eyes.
Ooh,
have you seen it?
I can't bring myself to watch that one.
Buddy,
I watched the new Pet Cemetery.
No, okay, no, don't get that out of here. Okay, I need you to watch The Hills Have Eyes. I don't care if you need your Teddy and your Jim Beam or Jack Daniels. All right, you just gotta get through it. I need you to watch it. It's awful.
Well, notice I only had the one drink for today, and I'm sucking down water because it's a Wednesday, and I was hungover today.
Because 5 a.m. comes early, all right?
All good ones. We had the suggestions that, The Hills Have Eyes was made in Ohio. Huh.
Was it? Because I feel like it's a very Pennsylvania. If you ever drove through Pennsylvania, that's like a very Pennsylvania-esque type thing. All right?
That seems like a Kentucky thing to me, actually, but...
No, Perry's from Pittsburgh, or Pennsylvania, so...
Oh, yeah. Pennsylvania for
definitely
sure.
From Pennsylvania.
For sure, a Pennsylvania thing. All right, moving on.
There.
False. Moving on. Mystery movies.
Mystery.
Twist endings.
I liked Interstellar.
I haven't seen it yet. That's the McConaughey movie, right?
Dude, it's gonna fuck your mind.
Which really bothers me because I'm a huge McConaughey fan.
Yeah.
That I haven't seen that movie. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. Can you give a brief synopsis of what the movie's about without ruining anything?
Trying to find life on new planets. They send someone out to. There's like 4 or 5 ones that are potentially there. McConaughey's one of the crew members that goes. It deals a lot with time distortion, like how time changes on different planets, and then it's better than what you think. How are you not interested by time distortion? Who are you? All right.
Yeah, no. I didn't say I'm not interested. I get confused by time distortion. Okay,
who doesn't? Who doesn't?
I don't understand. I just like, wow, it's there's a lot of lights and stuff when they're.
You want to confuse yourself even more? Google, like once you watch it, Google how that's possible. Someone trying to explain it to you, just fucking.
Scooby-Doo, Mom of Steel, very funny. Mystery movies, you get it. Sherlock Holmes. Skip right past that. Sherlock Holmes, yeah. I did, so I kind of had to look up what movies from that genre were, just so I could kind of narrow the focus on those and how they really defined each genre, because each genre has its own subcategory, and it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Interstellar, I will give that a watch. I have so many things that I have to watch that I just get buried by it. It's ridiculous.
And then you just turn on New Girl for the 40,000.
Yeah. Well, I have. It's almost been a full year since I've watched New Girl, which is actually that's not true. That's probably like right before the turn of the year, if I had to guess. So still like 6 months, but I'm trying to catch up on all this. I mean, I wouldn't call us like a pop culture show, but we're heavily integrated into the things that are hot or trending, except for TikTok. Like, I know we need to get involved in TikTok, but I just don't want to. Like, I have no desire to do that. I just don't. It's a necessary evil, though, man. Anyways, but we needs it. My pick for the mystery movie genre, The Prestige.
Never seen it. Give me a brief synopsis without fucking it up.
Make me a bicycle clown. So it's Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale, and they are both magicians. And initially, they work together to do magic tricks and everything like that. Well, they're each trying to develop a new trick that's going to make them a lot of money or, just put them in the spotlight. So they're working on developing a trick called the transporting man. They each have their different methods for it. And you think one of them is doing it one way, and it turns out he's using technology and stuff to try to do it, but the way he's doing it is actually pretty dark, really. And then there's the other guy and what he's going through, what Christian Bale's character is going through. Once you actually find out how they're each doing the trick and what's going on and who's who and all this stuff, it's a very good mystery movie because there's a lot of questions surrounded in that movie.
Speaking of Hugh Jackman, I will give you credit. The Greatest Showman is a delight. I hate musicals, can't stand them, but that was phenomenal.
That was fantastic. It's been a while since I'm going to watch it again soon because I have some of the songs from the soundtrack on one of my playlists, and every time it comes up, I'm like, I need to watch that again, man. That was good. It really is. It really is, and it's. Everyone sings their part. Mm-hmm. Hugh Jackman sings. Zac Efron sings. And the movie itself is fantastic. He makes something out of nothing. And the true story of P.T. Barnum is I believe the accurate telling of the whole kissing that woman and everything it goes far beyond that. The true story does. But he builds all this. He says, this is what I'm going to do. I have this dream as a kid. And that should have been my feel-good movie, actually, now that I think about it. Perry calling you out for quote unquote hating musicals. However, I did have another feel good movie that I just think is again going to be timeless. I shouldn't say timeless because they're actually working on remaking it, but that one, The Prestige, you'll have to give a watch. It's an older movie. It's early 2000s, I'd say, but there's not a lot of graphics involved with it, so it's not something you really want to, or it doesn't need to be remade in this time, simply because there's not a lot of graphics involved, and the acting, phenomenal as always. I don't think Christian Bale has done a bad movie.
I can't think of any.
And I'm not dogging Hugh Jackman, but some of the Wolverine movies were absolute stink fests. They just were.
I don't think I've seen all of them. So,
never seen the whole. You never watched Logan?
I watched Logan.
Logan was fantastic.
Logan was awesome.
But the Wolverine or X-Men Origins Wolverine.
X-Men Origins just got me with what was it, Deadpool they tried to recreate, or
oh god,
that was awful.
that was horrible. And kudos to both Fox and Disney for resolving that by having Deadpool go back in time and shoot that character right in the back of the head. All right, next genre. I have a feeling we're both going to have the same one for this as well. Best animated movie.
It's got to be Into the Spider-Verse. Like I haven't seen an animated movie that just gets hits so many,
captures you. Yeah.
It's funny. It's got action in it. It's like, this is really good. But I also like The Croods. I think The Croods was really funny too.
So for the longest time, I agree with you. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was my top pick for animated movie. Ice Age for the longest time was a top tier movie for me, and I don't know, it's a simple, it's kind of a dumb movie, but it is hysterical. It gets me every time. How to Train Your Dragon, also fantastic movies. There's a lot of Disney.
Shrek.
Yeah. See, I actually utilize Shrek for my feel good movie. Up. That's a fantastic. That is a roller coaster of emotions.
That one's sad.
It's tough. If you get through the first 15 minutes, then the rest of the movie is funny and enjoyable and everything. But just the roller coaster of him meeting the girl, they get married, she's sick, she's better, she's sick, she's better, whatever. They plan to go on this trip, they don't get to go on the trip, she passes away, now he's this old guy. In steps Russell, the wilderness explorer.
I feel like Griff was Russell at one point.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Russell. I'm a wilderness explorer. Do you need assistance today? Honorable mention, though, from Megalodon, Lilo and Stitch, her favorite movie. I do like it.
Yeah.
I do like it. I sound just like, there's another impression I could put in the back pocket there, buddy. Russell, the wilderness explorer. Hang on to that one. That one will come in handy one day. I do like Lilo and Stitch. You go back and watch it, and you see the dynamic between the older sister and the younger sister, and then you see how she reacts with Stitch, where everyone thinks he's like this monster, and she just sees right past that. He's like,
just smacking around.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much.
All
right.
Before we move on, looking back, I recently watched. All right, so did you watch Disney Channel at all?
Yeah.
All right, so how they'd have the Disney movies, that sort of thing. As a kid, you're watching them, you're like, oh, these are fucking awesome.
They stink so bad.
You go back and watch them, you're like, wow, this acting couldn't be worse.
This is horrible. And those people made names for themselves through that shit.
Absolutely.
Miley Cyrus with Hannah Montana and all that.
Zac Efron with High School Musical.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, Flashpoint. That is an animated movie. That's a fantastic movie as well.
I haven't seen that one.
Flashpoint Paradox, where the Flash goes back in time, saves his mom, and then the whole future changes. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. So he goes back in time, saves his mom, goes back to the future where he's from, what would be his present time, and the Atlanteans and the Themyscirians. Is that what Themyscira is?
Themyscira?
Wonder.
Yeah.
Is that Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
They're from Themyscira. The Amazonians, we'll call them that. The Atlanteans and the Amazonians are fighting because Aquaman had slept with Wonder Woman, and his wife found out, and she tried to kill Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman killed her, and then they end up. I mean, when you break it down to the way I'm breaking it down, it sounds like a terrible movie, but it is really good because then he's got to figure out why he's there. Reverse Flash shows up. That's a whole big deal. That's a big part of the storyline. And like in that timeline, Thomas Wayne is actually Batman, not Bruce Wayne. Bruce is actually the one that gets killed in the alleyway instead of the parents. So Thomas Wayne becomes Batman and Martha Wayne becomes the Joker. So there's a lot of like Easter eggs that, you know, they were one thing in the present timeline and they end up becoming something entirely different in the new timeline. That it's worth a watch. I'm not going to tell you to watch it because you'll never do it. But
That actually, I might actually watch that because I actually enjoy things like that. But
I think it might be on HBO.
That's why I got a problem with DC like screwing up their universe so bad with like making their movies. Like they could make some like fucking awesome content. You know what I mean? Like just with the stories and the lore behind everything, like that could be some really good stuff. And they're just
Throwing it away.
throwing it away.
We'll see how the Flash movie goes, the actual Flash movie. It sounds like they're going to play on the multiverse a lot. Sounds like Michael Keaton's going to reprise his role as Batman in some way, shape, or form. At least Bruce Wayne. Maybe he's an older Bruce Wayne. Maybe it's like a Batman Beyond storyline that they explore. It sounds like Grant Gustin might make it to the big screen as the Flash. I don't know if that's been put to rest since then. We'll have to talk to our guy, Steve, over with Thunder Pop. I keep meaning to reach out to him. We were on his show. Man, how long ago was that? It's been quite some time that we've been
I don't
on
know,
Steve's
but that dude's got it together.
he is much more professional than us for sure. He is my source of like pop culture knowledge anymore.
Oh, absolutely.
As anything like Marvel, DC related, I'm just like, hey, let's see what Steve's doing, and I wonder if he's got any new information for me.
You just see on a story like him just appearing in a graphic going,
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
have you seen this? Oh, what about this? What about that? And they're like, oh, okay.
I'm like, how the fuck did he do? I don't even know how he does that.
How are you doing these graphics, sir?
I'm so old. Like, I don't even know what technology is anymore. All right. Next question. Sci-fi movie. What's your top sci-fi movie? I went superhero with this one. It was kind of low-hanging fruit, but
No, go ahead. Go ahead with yours.
Endgame.
I already got it. Boom. I'll go. Don't worry. All right, what?
I said Endgame. I said Endgame. Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Endgame was so much more than an actual movie, though. I think it was like a cultural, like you know what I mean? Like it was a cultural,
Phenomenon. Like, yeah.
phenomenon. Yeah.
Hey, we've been doing this. We've all been on this journey for the past 10 years together. Let's close it out. Thank you all for coming.
Absolutely. Yeah, no. That's awesome. Like during the movie in theaters when Cap grabs the hammer and you see it, like everyone in the fucking crowd's just like, ah! Every dude sitting there rock solid.
Yeah. Holding the popcorn over it so nobody sees.
Anyhow,
I mean, you were there, you know.
I'm gonna go with classic on this Armageddon or
Ooh.
Independence Day.
I like either of those. See, I tried to steer clear of the Alien movies.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Well, I mean, I guess in Endgame there are still aliens, really. So I didn't exactly get away from it, but looking back at it, yeah, that's a good one. Either one of those is good. Armageddon is a fantastic movie,
Absolutely.
and what a star-studded cast, really. I mean, you have Ben Affleck, you have Bruce Willis,
Yep.
you have Steve Buscemi. Shit, I can't think of his name. That's gonna drive me nuts. Anyways, fantastic movie. Independence Day. I have never watched all the way through. I've never watched Independence Day.
The second one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. That's Jeff Goldblum, Will Smith, right?
Mm-hmm. By the way, Jeff Goldblum looks young. And all those. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Same mannerism.
Billy Bob Thornton, that's right. I hope there's a season 2 of
The World According
to Jeff. I really do.
Absolutely.
I really do. Owen Wilson's in Armageddon.
Is he really? Does it say wow? I'm going to be really upset if he does.
Guaranteed, yeah. What a dumbass question you just asked. What a silly, silly question. I'm trying to think, though. Have you ever watched Space Cowboys? You've never watched Space Cowboys? Dude. That's a Clint Eastwood classic right there. They're basically these old, like, retired pilots, essentially. And they're trying to put together a program to send guys into space. And it's Tommy Lee Jones and Clint Eastwood, and I don't know the other guy's name. And whoa, rude. Is that a movie, or are you telling me? But that's a great movie. It's funny because they play on their age. They shouldn't be a part of this program to be able to go into space and everything. The one guy doesn't even actually pass his physical, but they put him on there and they put him. Oh, yeah, you're just I'm
not good with movies.
That's the one thing the Steele family is good with, man. We are movie buffs, movies and TV shows. Like we're not the best by any means, but you name a movie, especially Mike. Like I don't know where Mike gets all this. Like Reign of Fire, I think was the one that he pulled out of his ass the other day. And it's like Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey, and it's this movie where they fight this dragon and everything. And I was like, how do you even reference? Like, I don't even understand. I don't get where the reference came from. Yeah, he happened to catch some of it while it was on, but I don't know, man. Just a bunch of useless knowledge up here. A bunch of useless. Did I ever show you? I sent you that meme the one time where it's like these two people are talking. And he says, yes, thank you. Imbeciles. We have a new, so this is a new listener for us.
We have reached
imbeciles
where we're at, where we wanted to be.
Idiots on a mic. I prefer to be referred to as nothing other than idiots on a mic. Or maybe we change the show to imbeciles of the highest order. I don't know. I think we're onto something here. Hey, thank you. Our new t-shirts will be coming out on you go to bonfire.com. You'll be able to get our new t-shirts that I will be making, imbeciles of the highest order. And you can get there by going to idiotsonamic.com and going over to our little tab, our merch tab. Take you right to our bonfire store. Or if you want some CBD, you go there. You go to our CBDbrothersusa.com. use the code IdiotsOnMic at checkout and get 25% off and free shipping. Damn, we just turned something in. Turn. God, I lost my train of thought now. Thank you, Pills in Ibiza, for chiming in with us today. Imbeciles of the highest order. Tell your friends.
tell your friends how dumb this shit is, because they're gonna like it too.
yeah. Hey, if you think that deserved a crying, laughing emoji, maybe your friends will too. Our last genre. Oh, honorable mention from Megalodon, by the way. The Island. With Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson. Where they're clones, basically, so they can just have their organs harvested, and then they say, "Oh, you won the lottery. You get to go to the island." But they're actually getting killed.
That was a school movie. That was a nerd.
Rude. I have to stand up for her, okay? All right. We have one more genre, and I do actually have Bryce's video above us. So we will be able to play it. Hopefully the volume comes through. We'll have to make sure. Hopefully someone can chime in and let us know the volume's coming through for you guys when we try to play it. But the last genre for you, and I already gave this away as my pick. Feel good movie. It's Shrek. It's Shrek. The Smash Mouth soundtrack for, it's All Star and what is it, like Loser or something like that. It's just an absolute banger,
That's fair. I don't really have one. I was trying to find a way to work Patch Adams into this conversation, but I couldn't find one for it. But,
that's a feel-good movie up until the bitter end, and then it's sad.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't want to say that, because then even Forrest Gump's sad in the end. You're like, oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's tough, because I thought the same thing, like Good Morning Vietnam, that's a good movie, and then at the end, A Dog's Purpose. That's a good that's a good. Remember the Titans is a good feel-good, I'd say too. Absolutely. Dog's Purpose. There's two. There's A Dog's Journey and A Dog's Purpose. And both of those, they're like sad yet uplifting. And it's like, you just don't know how to feel. If you're a dog lover, it's tough.
Yeah, I can handle like on screen like people dying, but when it comes to animals or like cats or dogs, I'm just like, mostly dogs. I'm just like, oh no.
When you don't see a lot of cat deaths in movies, actually.
No, because they got 9 lives, dog. Ain't nobody got time for that movie.
They're Satan's spawns,
and I own 2 of them.
Waffles is directly a direct descendant of Satan himself, if I had to guess. Yeah. That was tough, because I did the same thing you did, where I was like, oh, Good Morning Vietnam, Patch Adams would be really good ones, but then it's like the ending is just not feel good. Like it just makes you kind of be really disappointed. The honorable mention from the Meg, The Notebook.
Feel good movie? What about 51st Dates? That's a pretty good feel good movie.
That is. He tries so hard, guys. He just does his best, All right. So with that, we do have a 6-minute reenactment of a scene from Wolf of Wall Street, presented to you by Bryce Barfield, aka founder of
Under the Hill Productions.
Thank you. I drew a blank because Perry's chiming in with stuff, and so what we're gonna do is, while this is playing, we're gonna share this to you. While this is playing, make sure let us know that the volume's playing for you guys, so we're not just wasting 6 minutes of your life. And while this is going on, Rod and I are gonna kind of dissect this a little bit, have some fun with it. Truthfully, like we are very impressed with. Ooh,
It's because the Falcons suck.
Bryce just got a ricochet shot coming off from Perry with the whole 28-3 Falcons losing. And they're going to lose Julio Jones this year too, probably. So let's move along. Let me pull this up for you guys. We'll get this video playing for you, and let's see how. I mean, look at this. This is drone footage, right? This he did drone footage for this. Let's see if we get this to work.
Oh, it's gone.
I hear it.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
No, I can't hear it.
Oh, no. Nothing?
Can everyone else hear it? No,
Nope.
Can't hear it. What are you doing, kid?
We'll figure this out for next time.
Yeah. Or you got it.
Or
figure it out.
what?
It's good shit though. It's good stuff.
Yes, we'll have that figured out for next time. If we're able to download it and then play the file, that should work. But we'll make sure that's up for you guys. I'm disappointed. I wish I had that figured out. I figured that would work like I wanted it to. It didn't. That's why we're imbeciles of the highest order. That's not going away. I will make T-shirts for that. It's going to be us, our logo, and we're going to have crowns on our heads, and it's going to be idiots of the highest order. By the way, you and I need to get together with Steve's wife.
Oh, yeah.
So we can get more photographs taken for the show.
Oh, yes, photographs. Yes.
I know I tell you these things. You don't. Whatever.
You're going to have to schedule the date, tell me when to be there, and then come pick me up on your way there.
So we'll get with Bryce. We'll figure out how we can download his video. We'll have that playing for you guys. And you guys are expecting the wedding footage soon, correct?
That's right. June 5th, we're going to have everything. We just got our little teaser, which was pretty good. And, yeah. I started watching it while you and I were both in the bathroom together, and that was kind of weird. I was like, we should probably watch this outside.
Yeah. You were like holding it up between us in the urinals, and I'm like, are we not?
I'm like, oh, you know what? Good call, buddy. Good call.
Maybe just wait till we're back in the truck, and then we'll figure it out from there. That's what she said. Any shout outs today? Shout out to Bryce. Bryce, sorry we didn't get your video up like we had hoped. We'll get it up for next episode. Especially because we surrounded the premise of today's episode for being able to show his clip, and then I botched that. So we'll have that figured out. I do have clips. I know we've been slower on the video clips. I do have clips coming for you guys. I put the first one out today from last episode. So be on the lookout for those. We're ramping things back up a little bit. Our schedules are not as manic currently, so see a lot more promotional stuff for us. I locked in my good friend Andrew Austin for the marathon episode. He will be joining us for the marathon episode. A man of many names. We called him OJ the Juice Man simply because he was drinking orange juice one morning. How
clever.
Listen, dude, I don't want to brag, but you know, if my current job doesn't work out, I'm an idea man, you know.
The good idea fairy. That's all you need.
That's right. Yeah, apparently that's what you are. Which you never explained to me what your good idea was.
It's part of my magic.
It's all part of the allure, baby. That's right. You are a magician in many ways, bud.
Absolutely.
How about let's tell the little story of so you last time we did trucking around, for maybe like a half hour after we stopped recording, you just weren't talking because the Duke was real for you. And like you could only spend your energy on driving and holding your sphincter together.
Listen, they're very large muscles. All right. Them cheeks. All right. So it requires a lot of concentration and focus to keep them clenched the entire way to the board.
So there was a lady standing outside of the Flying J who is handing out these little pieces of paper that is like Jesus loves you and everything like that. So she gave me mine. I was sitting waiting in the truck. I watch you walk out. You get like 6 pamphlets. You get in the truck and you just look over to me and you said, that lady must have heard me exercise my demons in the bathroom. That's why she gave me so many of these.
She said, honey, you need Jesus. All right.
She said, boy, I don't know.
That's going to be enough.
The devil is inside of you, son. There are some interesting stories. Even just trucking around, we've come up with some interesting stories throughout our time. Sadly, it's going to slow down.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyways, thank you all who listened. Thank you all who chimed in. Perry, good to see you again.
Oh, PD.
Pills and Ibiza, we'll make sure you see when our t-shirts our new t-shirts are made for imbeciles of the highest order. I'm actually really excited about that. Like that wasn't something I was expecting to come from today, but I am going to take that and run with it. But for everyone who's with us on the regular basis, who grabbed their favorite beverage with us today, we say to you, as always, cheers.